It's time for another mail day with BeardedTinker. Let's open up some more packages. Before we begin today's episode, I really would like to thank all the members who have joined my channel. Thank you very much, your support really means a lot. And now, let's get cracking with the video. Let's open up this package. It says 12 volt 3 amp adapter EU. This is a power adapter I will be using for my salvaged LCD monitor. As it says, 12 volt 3 amp, and that should be sufficient for the monitor. Let's look at this plug. If I'm not mistaken, this plug should be okay for the monitor board I've got. Not much to see here. It is a bit larger than I thought, but it will work. Let's check the web listing. Here is the listing for the power supply. This power supply is used for the power of the monitor I made. Well, I didn't make the monitor. This is a salvaged LCD display from the laptop that I've put inside the IKEA frame. Bought the electronics for it, and I'm using this power supply to power it. So I'm using 3 amps, EU plug, 12 volts. Currently it is selling for $4.09 with the shipping of $2.68. This is the AliExpress standard shipping. When I bought it, I paid it around $4.50, but it didn't go with the AliExpress standard shipping. There are options for you depending on if you want 5 volts, 12 volts, or 24 volts. Of course, US or EU, with the range from the 1 amp up to 8 amps. I was even considering to buy one of those to power my LEDs, but since I do not stack my LED strips, I'm using my mobile phone chargers for that. I have a bunch of them. And 2 amps for me is just enough. Not much more to say. As I said, I'm using this one. Interestingly, maybe you have noticed on the video too that they misspelled China. So you have made in Xi'an. I'm using this exact model as shown here in the picture, so it's a model JCH1230, 110 to 200 volts with the output of 12 watts, maximum 3 amps. It's been working okay. I do not have any kind of problems with the monitor, so I really cannot say anything bad about it, even if it did cost just $4. Bought it from the Super Light store that has 96.7 positive feedback review. It works for me. Maybe it can work for you if you need power supply like that. When you're buying them, just be careful to buy the connector that you need, and that's it. And let's check this package. These are the screws. I have this one. They are very similar, and for what I need them. For this case. Let's see if it fits. First, let me add the battery here. This, and then the case should pop in like this. It looks more or less okay. And let's see if this works. This is the only reason why I bought those screws, so I really hope they fit. And why I bought 100 of them, because 3 are needed for each of those boxes. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Yeah. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll be buying some more. So that's why I ordered multiple. Button works, that's great. I know that the quality of the print is not that good. I printed with the, let's call it like that, fast mode. But for testing purposes, this should be sufficient. Also, I need to change, this is PLA, I want to print this on PETG. Okay, this looks nice. Let's check the web listing for the screws. This is the web listing for the stainless steel self-tapping screws. I bought these are the 2x8mm. It's funny how I was really looking for screws like that for a long time, and I couldn't find them here locally. You can get everything, but you simply sometimes cannot find the exact size that you need. So as you've seen, I'm using those for the high grow boards. So each of the high grow boards takes 3 screws for the case, but I'm also using them for the Diguna boards and the printed case. I think that in that case I'm using 2, 4, between 6 and 8 screws for each of the Diguna boards. 2 times 2 screws are used for the cable holders so that cables cannot be pulled outside of the box. And then I either use 2 or 4 screws to hold the Diguna board inside the case. I know this is really strange that you sometimes have to order thing like that, but unfortunately I was looking for it locally for over a month and I couldn't find them here in Zagreb. So the next best thing for me was to order the ones that I need. I think I will be ordering 100 more, and I will also be buying different sizes both in length and diameter, so I get a bit of stock of them. Yeah, because I really do not want to wait for 30, 60, 90 days for a screw to arrive. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. The price for it is currently 82 cents for the 100 pieces for the lot, and 43 cents with the kinda super economy shipping. It was bought from the Fable Play store that has 97.7 positive feedback. So far I've used those screws only with the 3D printed plastic, I think. Oh yeah, and I also used them for the webcam. I printed case for the webcam I'm using on the 3D printer, and I used those screws to hold this case in place. Okay. Let's check the next item. Let's look at this package. Oh, haha. Puzzles. I love puzzles. It's nice. This one screws in. Let me. I must say I'm pretty happy with this one. I have old soldering or third hand, or how it's called, and you probably have seen it in a couple of my previous videos, and I'm not happy because I really cannot use it to hold anything. It doesn't hold items very well. This is much more sturdier. So what's left? We have one spare that can be used also here. We have 2 keys and zip ties for the wire. But I'm pretty happy. It looks much more stable than the previous one, and I also like the ability to have much brighter light than I used to have before. Let me just put this here. Yeah, it's okay. Let me just a second. I'm going for a USB power bank. While we are here, let's put this ESP board here. And where's the cable? here. Nice. Nice, very nice. And it has very nice magnification. Let me check the light. Brightness. This is maximum brightness. That's great. Okay, let's check the web listing. First of all, I have to apologize for the previous recording. This is the item I bought. There are a couple of options for you. I bought it from Poland. It has $6 shipping, and I bought this version. This version includes the LED ring. It only includes 5 normal clips, which was enough for me. I didn't want a fan or something like that. And it is powered via the USB. You can change the color temperature here and the color intensity. It's really working great. I used it unfortunately only a couple of times since I bought it. I think I got it around a month ago, but yeah, it was very interesting period, so I didn't use them a lot in the meantime. Last thing I used it for was to check the connections on the high-grow board. Again, high-grow board. So yeah, it's really working great. I bought this version, so it's currently selling for $24.97 with shipping of $6.32. Again, from Poland to Croatia. I paid it $30.80, which is roughly the same as it is now currently selling. As I said, there are a couple of other options. You have option of only those clips. You have option of clips with a fan. You have option of a fan and a light. Just this magnifying glass and a light like this. Then you have option of magnifying glass, fan, and a light. But as I said, I opted for this version because I think it gives me more light, I would say. I still have 5 of those clips that I can use to hold on to something. And the magnifying glass is really okay. Bought it from whatever this store name is, official store that has 97.4 positive feedback review. I'm pretty happy. Before I used other third hand, which really wasn't that great, so I'm pretty satisfied with this one. Components 3 one time and components 3 one time. You gotta love those descriptions. $2.87. I don't think that it was $2.87. So let's look what we have here. This should be complete replacement for the Ender 3 Hotend. It smells terrible. Together with the... Let me just check. Oh, this one is all metal. It looks like that. We'll check how this works. This isn't screwed in. Yeah, okay, no problem. It includes the thermistor, thermistor and the heating block. Okay, let's check this. And this here should be replacement for the aluminium replacement for the it goes like this, for the Hotend, or for the carriage for the Hotend, like this. Here goes the Hotend, here goes the cover, and here goes the extruder. So this is replacement that enables you, okay, so this is a replacement that enables you to have direct drive extruder on the Ender 3.
These are some spare parts plus the PTFE tube. I still am not sure if I will be using this one. I wanted to have one as replacement, but I will definitely be replacing carriage for the Hotend with this. And I don't know if I will be using direct drive extrusion, but now I have option to move it from the backside to the Hotend. Wire. These are used for the distance, to keep the distance. Okay, let's check the web listings for those two items.
Okay, to be honest, I really didn't need this. Yeah. So instead of buying just this, which is the Hotend extruder, I bought the kit. And you would say that this is a great, well, really it is great thing, because now you have a whole kit. But I just have to warn that I already have 5 spare cartridges and 10 of those thermistors. So I have more than enough spare cartridges. Also, why did I buy it? I had an issue with the printing. I don't know if you've maybe seen it on my Discord server. I was complaining that I was having a problem, that it was just stopping in the middle of the print, and I couldn't find out what it was. Was it a heat creep down the hot end, or was it the problem with the extruder or whatever? So I bought a bunch of things, and one of the things that I bought was this. It did arrive. I do have it, yeah, as you can see it, as you've seen it, but I still haven't installed it, and I'm not sure if I will ever install it. So this is a copy of the Microswiss. As you can see, pretty cheap copy. You can probably get 10, 15, 20 of those for the price of one Microswiss. But the quality is, yeah, what you pay here. Everything looks okay. Everything can be tightened. Everything fits nicely, but I'm not sure that I want to spend, I would say, I don't know, it can be even 5 minutes or half an hour to replace my current heat block with or complete this extruder kit with the one I bought, because I do not think that I will gain anything from it. Overall, it looks okay. I've disassembled it and assembled it. It's very easy to assemble and disassemble, but it just doesn't give me any confidence in installing it in my printer. But this kit really is something different. So with this kit, I upgraded my Ender 3 Pro, and it should work with the CR10, Ender 3 and Ender 5. So I upgraded my Ender 3 Pro to direct extrusion, which means that I replaced or removed the extruder from the back side, mounted it here, mounted this on the rail, mounted here also the heat block, used this PTFE tube, which was cut exactly to the length I ever needed it. And yeah, I'm currently printing with that printer and I'm satisfied. There is a drawback, of course, the printing speed. I'm currently printing with only 50 millimeters of the speed, so 50 millimeters per second instead of 70 or 80 that I used to print before, because printing faster does introduce some artifacts and things like that. Would I recommend it? I really would, because even just the looks of the printer is now much better than what it was, and the spool is now installed in the middle of the printer. There is no filament going on the left side of the printer. It's just now going straight down to the extruder. So yeah, I'm really happy, and I think that this was really well worth spent $5.93 with the 66 cents shipping from the Victory 3D store. What would I do different? I would definitely try and buy the smaller Nemo stepper motor to see if this smaller Nemo stepper motor would have less weight, and if less weight would then be better for printing at higher speeds. But this is something that I will be probably playing with later on in the year. For now, I'm really satisfied. One thing that please note, you have to check the cable. This cable is used to replace the full cable from the extruder to the motherboard. Just check that the wires are as you need them. Compare the cables. If you have multimeter, check that wire 1 goes to wire 1, wire 2 to wire 2, to see if everything is connected as it should be. Because if you do not check it, then A, you can have motor spin in opposite direction, or B, you can burn your motherboard. And this is it for this mail day with BeardedTinker. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video and that you did find something interesting for you here. If you have any kind of a comment or a question about any item I featured here, and please remember all the items listed here were bought by me. So if you have any kind of a comment or a question about the items, please contact me on the Discord server or feel free to leave the comment down in the comment section below. If you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified on the future updates, and I'll be seeing you next time. Until then, bye bye and have fun.